Welcome back, and we're still on Q&A of Autofocus with our guest this week, Mr. Art Balmadrid, Senior Vice President for Sales of Isuzu Philippines Corporation. Art, okay, you have this MU-X. I always have difficulty remembering how it should be called. MU-X, which was launched just a few days ago. Can you tell our viewers exactly in what kind of variants they come?
Yes, we have several variants of the MU-X. We have the manual transmission, the automatic transmission. We have the 4x2 and the 4x4. We also have the entry level, which is the 4x2 but manual transmission, and I think the price is very, very attractive. It's only about 1.188 million pesos
Entry level.
for the entry level. And of course, the body shell is the same. Only the some accessories are not the same as the high-end model, but powertrain is the same, the body shell is the same.
Sir, going to the business side of things, may I ask where the MU-X is assembled?
It's coming from Thailand as completely built-up unit.
Are there any plans to assemble that in the Philippines?
At the moment, we don't have any plans unless, of course, if there will be a good volume for the MU-X, and of course, if there will be some incentives available for producing it locally, because actually right now 90% of our products are being locally produced, and I think among the automotive manufacturers in the Philippines, we are only the ones left with almost all our products are locally assembled, even if it is cheaper to bring it CBU from Japan or from other ASEAN countries because of the free trade agreement among the ASEAN nations. But we want to keep our facilities, and we want to keep our employees also, and that is one of the main reasons why even our pickup is still locally being produced, despite the fact that we can have it much cheaper if we just import it from Thailand.
Sir, it's very admirable po that you guys are supporting local manufacturing. But given the economic and political climate of the Philippines, is there a chance that manufacturers might eventually pull all of their manufacturing out if it becomes much cheaper talaga to produce outside of the Philippines? Is there a chance that that could possibly happen?
In our case, especially the Crosswind, these are only available in the Philippines and Indonesia. So we cannot import CBU from Indonesia because we know that we sell more of the Crosswind than Indonesia,
Right.
than Indonesian market. So the Crosswind, definitely it will be locally produced. Now for the pickup, as you know, during the first importation of our pickup, when we first introduced it in 2003, first batch were all CBU from Thailand, and then we locally produce it afterwards. And then for the previous D-Max model, full model change that we introduced last year, the first 200-300 units were all CBU also. But then again, we invested for new tooling, new jigs, so that we can still produce it locally, and right now we are again producing the D-Max in our Binyang Laguna Technopark factory.
Digressing a little bit, Art, if you don't mind, can we go into the lemon law?
Yes.
It's just been signed into law by the President, but awaiting its IRR, or implementing rules and regulations. From your end, what do you think of the lemon law? Does it protect the interests both of the consumer and you manufacturers or importers?
We believe so too. We believe so too. But of course, there should be a campaign program, so everybody will know how to apply the lemon law, and definitely it will not only benefit the consumers, it will also benefit us, because this time around there will be a clear-cut guidelines if the claim of the consumer is valid or not. But as far as we are concerned, we are now finalizing. We are a representative of the group who is now formulating the IRR, and this is expected to be completed by November. So at the moment, we are discussing with the consumers group, with the government agencies concerned, and with together with us, the assemblers and distributors of automotive. And we believe at this point in time, everything is almost okay. So I don't think it will be abused, and I think it is good for everybody to have this kind of law. Although this is the first time that an ASEAN nation will be having a lemon law, and it will be the first. It will be first introduced here in the Philippines. By the way, I think the lemon law is being patterned to the U.S. lemon law version.
Well, Art, it has been a pleasure. I'd like to thank you very much for the inputs that you've given us regarding the auto industry, and of course your two newly launched models, the all-new D-Max and of course the MUX. Thank you very much. We know you're very busy, especially with what I heard is the long line of the service for your MUX. But before we let you go, would you have a message for our viewers, probably to invite them to see your two very new models in the market? Please, the camera is yours.
Thank you, Butch. Again, I'd like to invite all your televiewers to please do come visit our network. We have a total of 21 full dealership, or a total of 35 outlets, including the satellites and branches of the dealership. They are now having a display unit of the new Isuzu MUX, our mid-size SUV. And they also have a demo unit where you can test drive the vehicles, and for you to really see and test drive the actual unit. And we are very confident that you will come to appreciate our new entry, the Isuzu MUX.
And that concludes the Autofocus Q&A this week. May I thank our guest motoring journalist, Mr. Paulo Subido. Thank you, Paulo.
sir.
And Mr. Ulysses Ang. Yuli, thank you very much for joining us. And of course, our distinguished guest on Q&A this week, Mr. Art Balmadrid of Isuzu Philippines Corporation. Stay tuned for more about the automobile and its industry here on Autofocus, the Philippine Motor Show on television. We'll have more personalities from the automobile industry on the spotlight on our future presentations of the Autofocus Q&A.